10 filled with upsets and huge performances. Take a look at the top performers in the NFC. Dalvin Cook is a monster, leading the league in rushing, not by a lot, but still doing his thing out there. Jadeveon Clowney, justifiably so.
Those two guys are monsters, right? And how cool is the bottom one? Younghoe Koo, the Falcons kicker, the YouTube sensation, the former Charger. We've talked about him a lot on the show. Player of the week. Congratulations, Younghoe.
Triggs, let's take a look at the AFC.
Who do we got in the AFC? Because Lamar Jackson had a day against the Bengals. Look at the numbers, but also it's the impact of the highlights and some of those passes. And on defense, Jamal Adams, you remember he had the strip of Daniel Jones and the return. Kyle compared it to Troy Polamalu. And then we love seeing that. A Miami Dolphin, the second straight week. Awesome. Dolphins get a victory. Jason Sanders on the road against one of the greatest kickers of all time, Adam Vinatieri, and getting the best of the Colts with that victory.
Yeah, you want to see any of those guys in the Pro Bowl? Well, it's up to you. You can vote your favorite guys onto the 2020 Pro Bowl roster. Make your pick and enter to win exclusive prizes at NFL.com/Pro Bowl vote. The 2020 Pro Bowl presented by Verizon is not too far away. What a nice little
be there.
Christmas present. January 26th, we always are. At 3.
Boots on the ground.
Time for some Whiteboard Wednesday. I mean, I'm sure fans will want to vote Lamar Jackson. Will he be available that week, though? Is the question. They lost their first game of the season on Monday Night Football, the Week 10 loss that leaves you, though, with the most questions. You're scratching your head at what coming into this week?
Okay, all right.
Coming off a bye, coming off those 2 wins in a row. They got Jalen, Rams. The Rams, I don't know what was going on in the Rams' offensive game plan there. I know there were injuries, but Cooper Kupp goes from having 220 yards and being the greatest receiver to ever touch a football field to having 0 receptions. Todd Gurley goes from being one of the guys they were leaning on early in this game to having no action in the fourth quarter. I don't know what to do with the Rams because I came on the show last week and said, okay, now they're going to hit their stride. Now they hit their acceleration. They did not bring it in Pittsburgh, and there's serious reason for concern because, as Mike Silver just said, the NFC is really good. You can't dig the Rams game was. I'm not sure how you could play that way off a bye.
Going into this week, we had these questions about whether a team was good or not, whether they were really good or just the product of their record. Eek. The Bills lost to Cleveland team that had not won in a long, long time, and you can already feel the fake good Fugazi paranoia setting in Western New York. They've beaten no one. They beat the Titans, and not the Tannehill Titans, the other Titans. And, guys, they play Miami this week. If you don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick can beat them, you're not paying attention. No one knows better than Buffalo that Fitzpatrick is fearless. They could lose again, and then the wheels are off.
The watch you bought in the alley stops working a little bit. The label starts peeling on the edges.
100%. You bought Folkleys. You got Oakleys.
Folkleys. I'm going with the Bengals lost to the Ravens. You're thinking, Nate, what are you talking about? It's Lamar Jackson that has me kind of confused on what he really is because I knew he was good. But is this a bigger message to the entire league that Lamar Jackson is perfect passer rating good? We're talking 3 TDs, 0 interception good. I don't know if you guys understand this, but when it comes to top-tier players, sometimes they play a game that even themselves are shocked by, and he's like, wait a minute, am I really this good? And am I going to do this to the rest of the league?
It's the Jordan shrug.
It's the Jordan
I didn't know I had these threes.
Keep in mind, guys, this is a professional team.
Yep.
Guys get paid millions of dollars, and they knew who they were going up against in Lamar Jackson, and he looked unstoppable. This might be a bigger message to the entire league that Lamar will do what he did to the Bengals to every defense he faces.
I'd love for you to answer the actual question coming off a loss, but I'm not mad about it.
Coming off a loss, the Bengals.
No, that's true. They did lose.
Good spin, but I like that you're segueing to our next question about Lamar Jackson. He's winning people over left and right. The song that best sums up his meteoric rise to stardom is what? Tweet your answers, by the way, at GMFB. And use a whiteboard, a piece of paper, or just your Twitter.
Sure.
I'm going to go back to the 1970s to a band that we know as BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive, because I think we're just getting started. You ain't seen nothing yet. Baby. That's all I'll say. I'm going to say this. You ain't seen nothing yet. This team right now, that is BTO, and these guys are just getting started. I would say this. Lamar Jackson, you want to do a fact check?
I'm binging.
I thought BTO was taking care of business.
I'm pretty sure it's BTO. They've got more than one hit.
I love you, bud.
you do your fact checks?
Okay.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm being in. Go ahead, keep
What do
going.
we got? I'm going to say you ain't seen nothing yet, and it's all about Lamar Jackson. So I think
BTO.
we're just getting started. But Kyle, please, go on. Keep the segment going. It's all right. It's all right. It's good.
You ain't seen it, but baby, that's BTO. Peter, I apologize. Go ahead.
I'll jump right in. I'm going to go with run this town. Okay, of course, it's a play on words because he's running everywhere. We can compliment him on his passing ability and his arm strength, but it's the fact that Lamar Jackson, when he decides to keep the ball, he's going to do stuff like this. I got Run This Town by Jay-Z, and in there it says, life's a game, but it's not fair. I break the rules, and I don't care. I feel like he breaks the rules. He's an actual cheat code, as we say every single weekend.
It's a really good song. It really is.
So you went 70s,
things
the 2000s. Pretty sure. It might have been Cisco. I'm gonna go with the mid 80s, 1985. An unthinkable pairing between two great artists. And I look at what Baltimore's doing, and every time Lamar's out there, it is a party all the time.
What's up, Eddie?
I'm in the booth with Eddie.
Okay.
I'm in the booth with Rick. There's probably a lot of things in that booth that shouldn't be. Number 2 on the charts. An unbelievable song about Eddie, just this girl, he wants to hang out with her, and she's just, all she wants to do is party. She's giving her numbers out at clubs, but when I watch Lamar, you got to watch the Ravens every week. It is a party all the time, and I won't sing it.
Do you think there's a duck collar in that booth?
Probably not.
One or two of those in there.
Something that looks like one. I see what you're saying, yeah.
The Eagles play the Patriots in what will most certainly be a rehash of the Philly special all week long. We got a head start on it yesterday, but the one NFL play that you cannot see enough is, now, Nate, take your time. Are you going to go Lamar Jackson? Oh, when you guys do it, it's all fine.
What you doing in college, cuz?
When I do it, I get that.
Trying to weed out the bad answers.
Dad over here.
Come on.
Well, take your time writing more Lamar Jackson for a third question in a row. What do you got, Shriggs?
Steve Young's crazy run against the Vikings. I can watch it all day, every day. If you're not familiar with it, it's one of the NFL Films classic plays. Here's Steve Young, a lefty quarterback, goes in there, rolls around, here we go, and then just watch the exact 3 guys, 4 guys, give me a 5th guy, 5 guys. This is a quarterback running. We know we love Lamar Jackson, but you just want to talk sheer silliness in a play and sheer hustle.
This is great.
Steve Young, one of the greatest quarterbacks, stumbling, he's into the end zone. I could watch that play all day, every day. This is when Steve Young really broke out as the 49ers quarterback. It was early on in his career. Obviously, in '88, he wouldn't win a Super Bowl until '95. So Steve Young, his run against the Vikings, one of my favorite plays of all time.
It's like he broke a couple of those tackles. It's like you ain't seen nothing yet, and it was into overdrive.
But it was Thurgood.
Yeah, I know. My bad.
Don't worry about it.
I hate to pick on the Bills this segment, but before you roll the clip, I'm just going to put a name up.
Yeah.
What does this make you think of? Brian Mormon is a former. I'm sorry, was that
coaches and GMs as a standard
Brian
pro
Mormon
day.
is
You
a
see the
Buffalo Bills punter.
and who's
Got to
running
the
the
Pro Bowl,
workout?
very good
Who's running the
punter.
workout? Who's
And he
playing
made one
receiver?
really
Type of
questionable
workout it is.
decision
So
in
all
the
these
Pro
guys are
Bowl
native
when he
players.
decided to take
Receiver.
off and
That's
run with the
because
ball.
he played
And what
music.
happened next?
That's what
The
they
late
do with
Sean
those
Taylor
things.
said 3,
The thought
2,
that the
1.
NFL is
Hi,
doing
punter.
some
Goodbye,
backstand
Pro
and
Bowl.
flips to just give Kaepernick a chance. This isn't ideal for
My favorite play in professional football history. You will always remember where you were.
Protested.
And by the way, way to play winner. Clean shot, shoulder to the
basically,
sternum.
way to play.
Don't be showing up here, Brian Mormon. Sean Taylor knew one
How to
speed.
say these
Pro Bowl,
things, he
Super Bowl
feels like
doesn't
he
matter.
that he
Absolute
closed
deep
out.
leader.
I have never seen that play.
It's the best.
It was
Brian
clinic.
Mormon versus Sean Taylor. May he rest in peace. It's my favorite play in the history of the sport. Not exaggerating. Oh, it's
Pro Bowl.
To the legend. All right, I'm going with Bo Jackson.
What do you got, Nick?
Running into the tunnel after a long run. We're talking Bo Jackson versus my team, not just because I played for him, but when I was a child, I lived in Seattle, so I used to love the Seahawks. And Bo Jackson just made these guys look like little kids, and he was running so fast that he just kept going in the tunnel. How about that? In the Kingdom. Shout out to the Kingdom. It doesn't exist.
Second best play of that game from Bo. The other one is ruining Brian Bosworth's career by just running over him. Boom.
You know what that run needs, though? It needs next-gen stats.
It does.
Honestly, Matt Breida's really fast. I don't think he was close to Bo. We got to have that. Somebody dropped those on there, right? Where's Brinkus?
7. Love that. The story of the day, though. Story of the day is Colin Kaepernick.
Sure.
He's going to work out on Saturday in Atlanta. Who's going? Who's invited? Where could he possibly end up if all goes well? What do we expect him to look like after missing season after season? We'll give you all the latest, our perspective here on the show. And could there be a fantasy set in the Atlanta backfield this weekend? Ooh.
Oh, yeah, right? In Atlanta's backfield? Right.